Pawpaw Sammy here. Look, we're in South Louisiana, but let me tell you something. It's hot. It's blistering hot. Right now, the temperature is running around 97. Heat index is up around 101. It almost burns your skin. Water. You got to keep these plants hydrated. And on top of that, you got to fight your weeds. Now, when I talk about fighting your weeds, if you'll notice, I cut the grass yesterday. I raked up the grass today, and you see where it's at. Look. Now, our watermelons, they coming on. There's a watermelon there, one there, and a big one right there.
So we're here today to talk about June and what's happening in June.
I harvested this morning and didn't even see this. Look at that. Look at that.
Squash?
Something got to it, too.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. I thought I got all that squash this morning.
I'm sorry.
Look down in there.
Oh, wow. A whole bunch of them.
Oh, yeah. How do I keep them pretty?
Yes, sir.
That grass mulch, I pack it everywhere. Look here. Look. Around my tomatoes, my peppers. I mean, and this is squash here. All right, even in your buckets, as hot as it is, look at the compost. Look. People, you can't put too much compost, especially chopped garlic. This is, my parsley is just about bared out for the summer. Here's my beans just coming in. Yeah, it's starting to come in. There's my deep water. In June, you put your water and your fertilizer down in that and turn it on. Fill it full of water, fill it up. It forces them roots down. And the compost holds the moisture in there. Now, here's the trick. Down in here, and I don't want to tear my bushes up to find it. Oh, there it is. There's my other deep water right there.
Wait, let me see.
Can you see it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, here, come over here.
So those roots have a healthy root system, huh?
Yeah, I'll fill that one up, that one up, that one up. And I might do that 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
Bush. But I here put up, I would guess 30, 40 gallons of blueberries this year.
Wow.
And that's not counting the ones I gave away.
And I see deep watering around them as well.
Oh, Lord, yeah. Up under here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I said, I don't deep water in these anymore. If you got a deep water, it just shoots out the bottom. The roots don't have time. So I feel, look, compost. Water it down, how to stay wet. Keeps your plants growing.
Okay.
Other than that, people, this is, like I said, the longest day of the year. On the 1st of this month.
21st.
I know people say keep your weeds out of your garden, keep your weeds out of your garden. But if you got bare ground in your garden, this time of the year, I don't know if you can put enough water in it. All right, here we are in June. Now, I harvested my big bag of potatoes last month, but I've got a habit of sticking something in any place I find an opening. This is potatoes. That's potatoes. This is asparagus. It's delicious. That's carrots. That's more potatoes. That's figs. Around over here, and you notice, there's my onions. Now look, see the grass coming back? To me, that's no problem. As soon as I harvest all this, I'll come in here and cut it down, lay the cardboard, put more compost. And people, when I say compost, look at this. Look. Look. And that grass will die right back down, and this fig tree's gonna love it. Also in June, right now, I've harvested most of my blackberries. Well, me and the birds. If you notice, I have bird houses in with my ginger and my blackberries. I always do. People say, well, don't birds eat part of your garden? Yes. But you'll see the insects they eat. You ought to watch these birds crawling through here. I sat on the back porch drinking coffee, laughing at them. They'll be crawling all up through these plants, just having a ball, chirping, eating all the insects. Now, every square yard on some of my research says over 100,000 seeds per square yard. Weed seeds, yeah. And true enough, weeds do compete with your plants. Look, you don't see any weeds. See the deep water? Hey, why is there not in the weeds? Cardboard, compost.
So that is not bare ground.
No, no indeed. Look, look. See there?
Okay.
And I need to add more on that.
So to win the war against weeds, pay attention to your garden.
That's right. Pay attention.
Remove them early, huh?
Oh yeah. Like I said, now when something like my squash is bearing out, so I'm not worried about the grass. When that squash bears out in the next 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, the heat's gonna kill it. I'm gonna take and strip it out of there, throw the cardboard down, mulch on top, soak it in, cut a hole through the cardboard and plant something else. And the weeds are dead. They fertilize in the next crop. And you don't see me out here chopping weeds. You dig around and get roots and all, or just leave them alone.
So take the roots and all out?
Yeah.
What happens if they flower in your garden?
If you pull and they got seeds, and you just put the compost down, it's gonna grow through the compost. You got to put a barrier. The barrier would be cardboard.
Okay.
So many ways. That's the way I do it, people. And listen, it works. I mean,
The research I read about said that if you leave them in the garden, they're just going to grow again.
they will if you don't do something to cover them or kill them.
Oh, because you put the cardboard on
Yeah.
top of them.
Ground. All right, if you cover it with cardboard and kill it, that's an opening in the ground. More openings for the worms, more openings for the water to get in. And I'm gonna tell you what, even in my buckets, right here, is worms. You dig it in, it's full of worms. Why?
Interesting.
Moisture and compost.
Okay.
Even look, as bad as my old flowers have been getting me up by the heat, it's compost.
Mm-hmm.
That's the honest way you can do it, people.
So your 2 big tips for June: compost, compost, compost,
And water,
deep water.
and water and water.
Okay.
It's a shame that this time of the year, those plants are taking a beating. I can tell you right now, my sunflowers, see them kind of wilting down? They were watered this morning. These sunflowers were watered this morning. Look, see them wilting down? They need water. You see this? Parsley. That's parsley.
Okay.
That's ginger. Like I said, look, that's cucumbers. See them hanging in there? This is beans. People, I'll stick a plant in any hole I got and let it grow.
All right.
Now I might have to run around and look, 5 squash bushes. And I must have harvested 5 pounds this morning. And I didn't even see that one.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing June tips with us. The weather's getting really hot. Look forward to July and hearing more about what's going on. I know you have videos between then and now, but we appreciate your June tips.